Hi, my name's Brock Taylor. Today I'm going to try to persuade you that EMS, instead of a private entity, should be made public and funded through taxpayer dollars. It's my sheet. My audience is my lovely wife over there cooking. My mama sitting there in the chair. So imagine that you have to call 911. There's an event going on in your life that is so serious you need immediate medical attention. And instead of focusing on that emergency, you're more focused on the cost of the bill and the cost of your transport. This is a reality that a lot of Americans face every day. Hopefully, by the end of this, I'll persuade you to contact your local representative and urge them to seek public funds for their EMS providers instead of private EMS companies profiting off of your family being critically sick and or dying. As a paramedic, I've seen many times, unfortunately, where someone would rather stay at home and die as opposed to be transported to the hospital to get treatment, simply because they would rather sit at home and die comfortably than leave their family with the burden of a devastatingly high medical bill. Today I'm going to compare your public entities like police and fire to private EMS. And I'm going to start by just kind of explaining how EMS is funded and how calls go out. So an emergency will happen. You'll call 911. Most of the time it's a very serious call. You'll get your police department, your fire department, and an ambulance that show up to your house. 2 of those 3 are funded by your taxpayer dollars. The third, the ambulance, is funded by you. Hopefully your insurance. Most of the time, it's not. Your call will be ran, and then billing will ensue. They will charge you for medications, the gurney that carries you out to the ambulance, things as simple as the lighting in the ambulance and the mileage that it takes to get you from your house to the nearest hospital. If your life is in danger, the money is not something that should be considered, but unfortunately it really is. And EMS 1 states that many people delay or refuse transport solely based on the money, which is horrible. This harms mostly the poor class of society because they're not able to afford these debts, and therefore they would rather stay at home and die instead of being transported to the hospital. YouGov is a website where I got some of this information, and it says that many people willingly refuse to call 911 in dire situations and will drive themselves to the hospital simply because of the cost of transport. And outcomes have shown by the American Medical Association that the delay in care when it comes to critical incidents like your heart attacks or a cerebrovascular accident, which is a stroke, or traumas, you cut part of your finger off or you get hit by a car, many times they're going to try to load themselves up in their vehicle and drive themselves to the hospital. That delay in advanced life support can often mean life or death. So a major issue with private EMS and the funds and the way that it's ran is many times, and more often than not, your insurance provider is what's called out of your network. And unfortunately, this means that you're going to be hit with the entirety of the bill. Oftentimes, this will leave you with thousands in medical debt. And per the United States Public Interest Research Group Education Fund, this is what happens to most Americans and why most Americans cannot afford a simple ambulance ride to the hospital. EMS is technically not an essential service, believe it or not. Your public representatives don't believe that you need an essential service like an ambulance responding to your house should one of your children drown, God forbid, or should you wake up and find your spouse not breathing. An essential service is the trash coming to get picked up in front of your house, your police department, fire department. Those are essential services. A way to get through this is to contact your local representative, write letters, let them know that just because we're not, the first class, upper class, everybody deserves equal health care, and they deserve reliable and efficient health care as well. So why is publicly funded EMS better? Like I said before, everybody deserves health care. Homeless to a CEO of your multi-million-dollar business, they should all be treated the same when it comes to their health. And unfortunately, that's not the way it is in our society. The National EMS Advisory states that EMS can meet the same reliability as your police departments or fire departments if given the chance. And unfortunately, because of private interests, we're not given a chance. They keep private EMS private because they can profit off of your emergency. It's going to happen, and so why not profit from it? Today I'm going to wrap up by saying that we've talked about how private EMS differs from PD and fire departments, why publicly funded EMS departments would be better, and the harm that it causes society as a whole to watch some classes of society be treated well, efficient and reliable medical care for them, but yet delayed and negated medical care for some others, which is unfortunate. But that's just a walk of life that we live in. Ultimately, your medical care should not depend on your ability to afford it. And as a paramedic, I truly believe that everybody deserves an equal right to health care. So I hope by the end of this, you're ready to get online, contact your local representative, and let them know some of the concerns that you have with this. Thank you for your time.